Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby. I am based in New Zealand, and I feel like I need to mention that, or want to mention that, because I often wonder myself where other readers are from or based. Anyway, I just want, this reading is for the star sign or horoscope sign of Aquarius for the month of November 2019. So I just want to quickly, while I remember, just get into it. Before I get into it, is just to remind people that these reads are a general read. So some of you may get it, and some of you may not, and that's okay. So there are other readers out there that will most likely have something that may more resonate with you, and that they are receiving to pass on to Aquarians. Okay, so the other thing is, if this does resonate with you, please let me know. I'm always curious to see how it works out for people, and just by giving me a thumbs up or a comment if you're watching this on YouTube, and also if you could please subscribe to my channel. So I'm wanting to try and build it, of course, and get the content out there that Spirit are wanting me to get out to the world, to the universe. As much as I can. So, and the other way, and also, I've kind of got my goal set at like 50k by the end of the year. So we've not got that long to go, or into like maybe January. So, hence why I'm putting it out there. But also, it kind of helps me as I build my channel, like with the others that are on here, to be able to deliver free content for people. Okay, so depending, as the more subscribers and likes and views that we get, it all adds up and all shows YouTube that yes, we are viable and we're going, and it kind of enables us to be able to add on different things, or YouTube will qualify to be able to add on different things and receive different things, and that's how we get paid. So that would be really awesome. Sorry about that spiel, but I kind of felt like Spirit are trying to get me to get out there, which I kind of feel is like for some of you. So this message isn't, even though I'm doing this spiel, it's there. I feel like for some of you, it may actually resonate with you about putting yourself out there, being open and bold, and getting yourself out there this month for whatever it is, whether it's by getting a job, or employment of some kind, or changing employment, careers and that sort of thing, or even moving into business. So some of you may be moving into business and thinking and balking at it, that this time of the year maybe not a good idea, because people are saying, oh, it's coming to Christmas. But I feel for some of you, if this is you, it may actually for some of you be the identified time. Well, yeah, that too might be the time to do it for you. For others of you, it might be the right time for you to start really looking at developing it and moving into next year. But I do feel like there's a portion of you that actually it is a very what I'm hearing is that you have identified that it is a good time for you to begin now, while coming up to Christmas. But in some of them, I'm hearing Spirit say, you better get your roller skates on and start promoting yourself out there for the market, so you can reap the benefits, is what I'm hearing. Okay. Anyway, I need to step back a bit, because the messages are just starting to sort of fly through, but I want to just run through a few more things. So I just want to remind you of also people that these readings are like timeless in a way. So even though we've put it that it's like for November, a good portion of you will actually see it come through in this November, because it's like November the 1st that I'm recording this. So you will actually experience it this month. Some of you may be experiencing what will come through soon, right now, and maybe have started earlier this month or last month in October. So it's already starting for you. And some of you may not feel it or experience it, what's being told, until, maybe more the end of November coming into December. So, don't throw it out completely if it's not resonating with you right now. Okay. Now, these reads are also suitable for those if use if it's like either it's your sun sign, moon rising, or Venus sign. And also there may be some cross watchers out there having a wee look in here as well. So welcome to you as well. I just want to say also thank you very much for everybody who is watching and tuning in with me and following me and already subscribed to me. So I do, and if you do subscribe, click on the bell, because that is a notification, so you will get notified straight away that there is posted something up here on YouTube. So I'm not only doing these reads, I'm going to be doing a lot more connected with the angels as well. They wanted me to put some stuff out there, content to share with people, and a few other things as well. So anyway, let's get on with your read, okay, Aquarius. So there's something, okay, I was going to say there's something scary going on. I know we've just got into Halloween, or Halloween, however you pronounce it. But there's some of you might be feeling a little bit, not, because I'm hearing scary, and it's not necessarily connected to Halloween, but there may be something where you're like, okay, some of you are going into some of these projects that had come up earlier, before, some projects, and you're just not, you're not sure about it. But that's what Spirit is saying, and like, just still yourself and go into that, go into a meditation and still yourself and actually figure out where that is actually coming from. Where did that story come from? Why you are feeling a little bit scared? And they're taking out the word fear, okay? Because I just not wanting you to take the word fear out. So I'm hearing scared, which is similar to fear, I know, but it's kind of like I'm hearing, like, instead of saying the word even fear as in spelled F-E-A-R, look at it as F-A-I-R, or F-A-R-E, that fear. Because whatever it is that you're doing is that fear, F-A-R-E, for some of you, is that whatever it is you're doing is the fear or the ticket that's going to take you to where you want to be in the future. Okay, for some of you, it's like in the very near future, like it's just getting the ball or getting you out of this funny little rut that you may be in your mind. So what they're saying is like, switching that around. Okay, switching that around. Now, I'm getting a lot of action as I'm hearing that, because there's a lot of energy that's like powered up at the moment as I'm moving my hands around. So you may feel like energy like going across the screen. So in some ways that's like the screen or the camera adjusting, but I'm feeling that's more connected to energy. So anyway, going back to that, it's like listening, okay, to what you are getting. So maybe listening for you may be like the clear cognizant sort of thought that comes through. And then some of you, it may actually, you might hear something, like somebody actually speak to you in spirit and say, call your name or something like that. Or the other side of things is sometimes what quite often happens to me is I'll hear a conversation, or what word, or somebody might be having a conversation, and there'll be a word that's they emphasize or speak out louder than the others, when they're talking, that'll catch my ear, and I'm thinking, oh, actually, and that kind of like triggers off something for me that I need to take notice of. Or there may be a conversation over there, somebody may be having a conversation, and Spirit have drawn me to that conversation, not necessarily to interject, but it may be just the conversation that somebody's talking about will trigger me to, make me think or resonate with me, and give me an idea about, okay, I get that, or there may be something on TV that may trigger you, that you're not actually watching it, and it's like, oh, put that on, I'm just going to listen to that now. Funny. I mean, I've even watched, even when my kids were small, I remember, and they were watching SpongeBob SquarePants, and there was been something that's been on there, and it's quite comical, that program, isn't it? And at times, and I used to think that's not really a kids program, really, but with the content that we're coming up, but I can reason that, as adults we see the other side of it, don't we? Or we see another side of it. But anyway, my point was that sometimes even in like programs or, you know, series like that, something may trigger you, and it may be the thing that's been like give you an idea, or, you know, or the clue as to what's clicking on in your mind is like fix it or sort it, you know, and it may be just that. That's all you need to hear or know. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, okay, no, stop there. So anyway, this week I've drawn this card. So on this card, I'm using the Sacred Web deck that I've got here. And at the bottom of it, the word is dissolution. Okay, and there's this little blue penguin who that is pictured in there, and I'm drawn to the rainbow that's at the bottom of the card here. Now the rainbow for me is like there is like the chakras. Okay, so I feel like there's something, you know, there's something to like balancing. Okay. And even though in their rainbow it shows, you know, there's the beginning and the end there. It's like I do feel like if you have a look at a rainbow, it actually is, you know, like a big bubble, and which kind of makes sense when you see a bubble, you know, and it actually has rainbow colors in it, doesn't it? So when the light reflects on it. So anyway. But it's actually a bubble. So there's something that's like for some of you, or a good portion of you that are listening to this, that are resonating with it. It's like there's something is like, for some of you, it means that I feel like there's something that's come full circle, okay, for you. And even though it's only half on there, it's like, where are they going with that? Okay, where are they going with that? Some of you are still there at halfway, you know, or there's something not quite come fully round for you, okay? But the other side of that is like, I feel like Spirit of Light drawing me to my chakras as well. So there's some sort of balancing in that way. So there's three things going on there with that rainbow for me, to share with you, okay? But you'll know who you are, and there's a feeling, you know, I feel like last month there was a whole lot of shit for some of you. So it's like blah, 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 a whole lot of clearing out. Dissolution is more coming in for you this month for a lot of you. And I feel like for some of you, there's like a real, like getting, breaking down was more like last month, but now it's more coming into this month. And I'm recording this today is the 1st of November, 2019. So some of you maybe have already like finally made a decision, and it could have been in, like I say, like I've been hearing and feeling, sensing like 2 weeks ago, and it's you've confirming it, and it's like boom, I've done it. Okay, I get that now. Okay, and I feel like that's because the new moon on the 27th has like kind of like brought in this different energy to like for some of you to actually see it, identify it, and then like, okay, that's going F off, you know, that's it. I'm done with it. And you might be quite surprised, like for you that have done that, they're actually, I'm not feeling like I'm grieving, or I'm not, you know, it hasn't affected me as much as what I thought it would, you know. And it's like, why the hell didn't I do this earlier? It's like far out. If some of you are going to feel that, like maybe in the next couple of weeks or in the next week, depending on where you are with it. And others of you won't feel that that dissolution until the end of the month. It just depends on where you are at with your process, but definitely dissolution in this November is for a lot of you in many different ways. Some of them is for some of you, it's about relationships. You've kind of finally come to the conclusion that's actually, you know, I need to let this person go, or I need to let this thing about this person go within the relationship, whether it be a marriage, a friendship, or a family member, depending on how it works for you. So, you know, with the marriage, it's not necessarily for all of you. It's going to be, you know, you're going to cut away, or this de facto relationship, whatever relationship, a romantic relationship. Okay, they give me 3 or 4 different ways of putting that. But, you know, it may not be, you know, a complete cutting of the way. It may be something that you mentally and emotionally you're going to have to obviously process. So really, when you think about it, it comes back to you, okay, back to you, how that fits for you. So like I say, some of you, it's not all, if you're in a romantic relationship, it's not all of you are going to be like, it's going to be like a break, you know, a total separation, a divorce or whatever. For some of you, it's more like a mindset. You're going, it's like something's going to click, and it's like, oh, okay, I get that now. And it's like, and then things will start to change, okay, within you and your relationship. Others of you, it's like, you know, it's just like, it's about it's like figuring out where you stand in a situation at the moment for some of you, and within the relationship, and it drawing me more to like, it's like sometimes we just need to, it's like the emotional disconnection that we're needing to from the thing, and not buying into the drama, you know, of what is going on with you, and figuring it out, actually, is that my stuff or that their stuff, and then once you've got that, it's like, okay, I get that, and so you may need to just like, it's almost like cutting them off, but it's like, you know, with most with members of family, it's like, you know, blood is thicker than water, and some of yous, it may be that, you know, blood isn't as thick as water, you know, so it depends on where your situation is, so with that, and what will work for you, at the end of the day. Sometimes it's like, I'm hearing that phrase, you know, sometimes we can lead a horse to water, but we cannot make them drink, for some of you. And therefore there will be a separation. And sometimes, like I say, it's just like the emotional attachment or the drama, you know, attachment that you're needing to sever. So you can like step back and not be so involved energetically, and so get all like tangled up in it. And then you can see how better, and then you can see how you can actually help without being emotionally attached to it, you know. And if some of you, it might be physically attached to it, you know. But it all comes back to us and saying, allowing yourself to say, oh, you know, I don't own that, and actually that's not my stuff, you know, but I can help you and support you, but I'm not going to be able to do that work for you. That's all really it is, okay? And you're doing that with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure, of course, because love is the greatest power of all. Now, so dissolution is a big thing for you, and it could be something with work as well. And you may have a crappy boss and some crappy workmates, but it's like, okay, how far am I going to get in with that? Okay, so it could be, it's pretty much across the board, but not with you. For some of you, it'll just be that. For some of you, it will be like the whole kit and caboodle, like you'll be feeling it's like everywhere in my life. So that's really about you. What is it about you that you are allowing this to happen? And what can I, you know, disconnect from? You know, what is mine, what is not? So it's really, so for some of you, it's really digging deep and getting it sorted before Christmas. It's like, whoa. But this energy this month will help you to identify it if you allow it. So don't resist it. Just play along with it, and be honest with yourself. Is kind of what I'm getting with that. But it's way cool. So for some of you, I'm feeling like there's a lot, and because, you know, when we sort that shit out and we become more knowing and understanding of it, what is actually going on, there's more harmony. So, and this is what will come of that. You know, everything is because you're in your Zen space. Okay, is more harmony for you. Okay, and coming into Christmas, and it's like. And therefore, then we begin to be able to allow our heart to open to receive that which we want or desire, or and you know, a wanting to bring toward us, or to walk to. Okay, so it's not necessarily toward us, but sometimes it is. So I'm going to just put that out there. Some people will say, "Oh no, it's not toward us," but actually. For me, when what I've seen and experienced, there are some things will come toward us because we've manifested it. Although there's that other way, but we're walking toward it. So, yeah, there's a two-way thing going on there. Okay, but we've cleared the space. Okay. Yeah, because they're saying, I'm hearing like there's for some of you, it will actually come to you. Others of you will walk into it or toward it. And some of it's like it depends on where you see it. But definitely there's those two, but also then it's what Spirit is talking about is what we allow to come like it's already there. What we allow to ourselves to let out of us, you know, because it's in within us, and it's about unlocking bits and pieces and allowing ourselves to you know, realize that actually we have it all within us, you know. It's just allowing ourselves to see that, be that, know it, and do it. Yay. Okay, because I really like quietening down the energy, stilling down the energy, because I kind of feel like some of you might have had a really like, what the hell month? And I was going to say, what the effing hell month? And that, and some of you are like coming through it, but it's like there's more harmony coming into November and during November. And dissolution, even though some of those dissolutions might be a little bit tricky for you and emotional and a little bit hard, that's okay, because you know you're moving. It's the only way we're going to get rid of stuff or move forward, and you know, into where we would much rather be, prefer to be, in that harmonious state. The more we hold on to stuff, the more it's like we're going to be in this, like, okay, the spirit of some of you may be feeling a miserable state. We keep dragging the chain, and some of it is happen. Some of you are like, and I know for myself personally, you know, it feels like I've been, you know, for some things it's like been dragging the chain, and things haven't been like moving as fast as what I would have liked to have, but there is a reason for that, and at times we are needing to be able to have, it's like we're in a holding space, because I feel like some of you are feeling like you've been stuck for so long. Oh my God, I know that feeling, but we haven't. You haven't. The things have been moving in the background, you know, and you have been moving because you're still here, you know, and you've moved and things have changed in the past. It's just that we don't actually, and even though there's some things you know, there's repetitive patterns and blah, 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 things are still have moved or changed in some, you know, it might be a really minute way, but something has. And the fact that you're like, for some of you are listening to this reading, you know, even that has changed. You're in a different space because you must have done something slightly different, you know, made a different decision even, you know. So anyway, transmutation. See, this is where this is going. It's the next card that come out. Transmutation, and there's a snake in there, and there's another rainbow. So that kind of brings it, this balancing stuff out. So when I'm saying snake and transmutation, you know, they shed their skin. Okay, so for some of you, it's a skin shedding time for you to allow the new you out, or like a new way of you thinking or being out. So some of you are like beginning it and to go into the space, and some of you are like maybe halfway through the shedding, and some of you are going into like a new shedding from maybe a couple of months ago. I think this card may have come up for some of you, or something similar. So into a new part of shedding, a different part of you, or a different processing, a different aspect of the processing from another part of you that you're, or another, what are they calling it? Anyway, another knowing, okay, something else that's come up for you, another that you're processing, because you know there's different things, or okay, another part of a process, something that you're processing through now. It's like it's in layers, or it's in sections or stages, so, or in increments is the different words that they're using. So you know, this, you're in a different area of, like, say for money, okay. So your understanding of money, your relationship with money, for some of you is why they're doing that. So it's like becoming a little bit more clearer about that, how money works for you, and where some of those belief systems have come from. So you're shedding another layer of that. And I feel like, because they're talking about money earlier, they dropped it in that there's more money coming in, or more abundance coming in. So they're saying for a lot of you, it's not just coming from work. It's like some people owe you money, and some of you may even have a lottery win, or a lottery win. It's like not a huge one, maybe. I'm not saying you all, you know, some of you are going to all win the lotto or anything like, but they're like the first, you know, division. But it may be that you find yourself like we're having a small win. Could be the lotto, could be the races, could be something like, it could be even a raffle ticket or something like that. But they just show me that there's something coming in, but you'll notice it. So what they're saying is take notice of the energy that's behind it, or that the energy and the way you were thinking around that, and so you can replicate it again, because and know what that feels like, and what were you doing around, how were you feeling, what was your mental state thing, emotional state thing, and around money, okay, and how you were going to attract it. Ooh, nice. So, and this is where, look at this, interesting, isn't it? Illumination. So when we get in the right space, we start to illuminate, and with that transmit, and we're just kind of like talking about, that's what they mean by, like, figuring out what it is, how your energy changed, what was going on in your mindset when you were like taking notice of when you were like say bought that ticket, your intuition was, what was it telling you, what was your energy like, and how, so it gives you an idea of what vibration or energy you need to tap into to stay in that vibration, to shift that mindset that you might have been dragging around for a little bit, okay, and being comfortable with whatever it is that is going on for you, so to allow the abundance to come in. Okay, see, and there's another rainbow in there. So there's definitely, that rainbow too. I mean, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But like I just said, the rainbow never stops. It's only because we, like in our human eye, we see it like hit the ground, and then it's like stops at the other end, and what's been like shown and perceived as. But actually, if you, the rainbow is actually a bubble, so it's never ending. So, and you are in that bubble. You are the bubble. We are the bubble. We are never ending, and we have never ending abundance. That's way cool. Cool. It's really quiet now. I feel like really quiet and really still. So, so there's a lot of movement in November for you, Aquarius, Aquarians. Beautiful. I just feel like really settled now. So by the end, you'll feel a lot more settled with yourself. That's not to say that's the end of your processing forever, because something else will come up in another bit. But that's cool, because we're always evolving, we're always learning. So somebody might poke the bear a bit, or something might come up, then but there is a transition or a transmutation that's coming through, that it's going to leave you in feeling a lot more illuminated energetically wise. Even sometimes through the month, and by the end of the month you'll have more of an idea, because that's the other side of illumination. When you look at this beautiful bird, like it's an eagle or a hawk, I think. Eagle. I'm feeling more eagle. I actually can't remember. And that's what they're talking about. It's like, it's something about you remembering what it felt like, what it feels like. How, when you are more in that state of receiving as well as giving, abundance. And guess what, and you know what they do when they see, like, from far away where a fish is in the lake or something is on the ground, and look where they are up so high in the sky, and they will see that. So things from looking from an eagle eye, illuminating for you. And it's like, so keeping an eye on yourself, keeping an eye on what's going out there, opportunities as well. The door is opening for lots of opportunities this month to help you create that abundance. So in opportunities in the way that I feel like for partnerships, information, and people coming around to help you to get where you want to get to, or need to get to. Or want you, it's like quite exciting actually. I know that feeling. It's like, so it's cool. So that's really, it's super exciting. For you this month coming, or actually this month now, that's right, it's November the 1st today. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you, Aquarians. So love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure. And please, if you are watching this on Facebook too, if you, once again, if you can leave it, like it or share it if you feel somebody else might benefit from this this reading, even if they're not an Aquarian. There may be someone that maybe like can understand the information that's coming through for them right now. Okay, and or like my page, and then when I put them up again, they'll be ready for you. So I'm actually going to be doing these more on on YouTube, and different types on a different way of doing a style of doing it next month on Facebook. So yeah, so you'll get the fuller one on YouTube and the shorter one version on Facebook. So anyway, I'm going to be bringing out a lot more content that is going to be shared across both spectrums. So I mean, social media platforms. Anyway, God bless you. God protect you. You know, have a great month. And I will see you at the end of next month or the beginning of December 2019. Bye for now.